Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2013, it's a Nissan Versa. A customer comes in this morning in a panic, says that they were driving last night and their headlights went out while they were driving, and they're afraid there's going to be a big electrical issue and that there's going to be an expensive repair. I told the guy, you can't get ahead of yourself and don't assume it's a big problem. A lot of times what happens is you'll have one headlight burn out and you may not even realize it's burned out. You're driving the car along and all of a sudden the second headlight goes out and now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I got an electrical problem. My light's burnt out at the same time. The reality of it is it's possible that the headlights, one of them burned out and you didn't realize it, the other one burnt out and then you realized. So let me show you what it's doing or what it's not doing, and then we're going to show you how to check it. It's a very simple check. Basically you just need a test light. What I use the power probe, because the power probe is actually, you can check power and ground on the same test light without switching the leads around. So I do use the power probe. It's a very basic circuit, power and ground. And then the high beam, you'll have power to the high beam when you apply the high beams. So let me bring you up there. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we're going to diagnose it, and we're going to repair it and get this job out the door. All right, let's get up there and let's take a look at this and figure out what's going on. All right, let's go in there and see what's going on. Now, some cars you do need to have the key on to have the headlights come on, but I don't believe this one does. To make sure. Okay, that's the high beam, so if we needed to have the key on, we would have to have it off the high beams as well. As you can see, both headlights are burned out. So let me bring you in there, I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to figure out what's going on with it. All right. Now down in the back, right over here, is the electrical connector for the battery, for the headlights. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect these leads right here, and we're going to check for power and ground at these. So let me get my test light, and we're going to get set up, and we'll figure out what's going on. So it's a pretty basic circuit. You basically just have power and ground. So we're going to connect our power probe up to the battery. Now we're just going to unplug the electrical connector from the back over here, and that basically just pulls right out. Sometimes they're stuck, but they just pull out. Okay, so that's our plug from the back of the headlight, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to just check for power and ground. Okay, as you can see, I'll explain what's going on. Right now we have the ground wire, which is most likely going to be our black wire. That's our ground wire. We have a ground. The green means it's a ground. That's our high beam. That's also ground because we don't have it on right now. And this, you see that's lighting up red? That's our power lead for the headlight. So we have power to this light, and we have ground to this light. So therefore that light should be on, but it's not. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go over on this side here. We're going to check the light on the other side too, just to make sure. But I got a feeling we just have a bad light bulb, so let me just try something here real quick. Bring you in there, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the headlight out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing in here, but that's where our headlight is located, right in there. We're going to pull off this rubber cover right here. It just pulls right off. I know it's a little bit tight to see in there. That's our cover right there. So we're just going to pull that cover off. I'm going to try not to rip it because we need to reuse it. So So we're just going to pull that cover off to gain access to our headlight. And then you'll notice there's a little clip. Well, maybe you can't see it. See that little clip right there? You need to push that clip in. Like that. Just move it down like this. We can take our headlight out just like that. Now remember how you took it out. We had that little tab facing to the top, so that's the way it's got to go back in. Let's take a look at it and see. It's hard to tell if it's burned out, but let me just show you a trick real quick. Let me put you back in the stand over here and I'll show you. We're going to take our plug, put our light bulb in the plug, and you can see there's nothing there. Watch this. This happens. Sometimes it works. There you go. So you know you have a burned out filament in that light bulb. And I'm 99% sure we're going to find the same thing out in that one over there. But we're going to pull that apart now, and we'll take a look at it and see. Now I'm going to shut this light off because that thing is going to get hot and I'm going to get toasted. Alright, so we're just going to take this off for now. We're going to go over to that light, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to test this light out just to see what's going on over there too. Okay, now remember what we said. We're going to take the bulb. We're not going to touch that filament. You put the bulb into its holder where it belongs. And we just lift up that little wire tab, hook it where it belongs. Hope you can see okay like that. You see that little tab is locked in place. It's locked in just the way it's supposed to be now. We're going to take that rubber piece that goes over the top, slide it over, just like that. Make sure this is pushed in all the way. And then we're going to reconnect our wiring back on. Just like that. Make sure it's pushed in all the way. Okay. Alright, let's turn it on and make sure it's okay. Okay, now if we did our job correctly, those lights should turn on. Take this out of the way. Alright, both our headlights are on. We'll test our hard beams. That's it. Okay. So, that's it, we're all done. Alright, so this is all set, it's out the door. Don't always assume that it's going to be a big problem until you check it to find out what it is. In this particular case, it was just a simple thing where most likely one of the headlights burnt out, and they never realized it until all of a sudden the second headlight burnt out, and then all of a sudden it was like both my lights went out at the same time. So always look at the easiest thing first. So that was the case here. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.